In this video, we're going to practice solving inequalities. Solving one-step inequalities, you're going to solve these the same way you solve any regular equation. The only difference is going to be that you are going to reverse the inequality only when you multiply or divide by a negative number. That is the only time, okay? So you need to be multiplying or dividing by a negative in order to flip the inequality. If you're not doing that, then you don't need to flip the inequality. Okay, so if you like to draw your line down the equal sign normally, you can still do this with the inequality symbol. Okay, your goal is still to get the variable by itself. So your first step here is, because this is a -2, you're going to do the opposite and you're going to add 2 to both sides. This cancels out the -2 on the left, leaving you with r by itself. The inequality symbol is still facing the same way because we only added, we didn't multiply or divide by a negative. And then 10 plus 2 is 12. That is your answer. Okay. Same thing here. We want to isolate the variable, so we want to subtract 6 from both sides. That leaves you with h. Again, you only subtracted, so we keep the inequality symbol the same. And make sure you're using a calculator for this. 3 minus 6 gives you a -3. And that's your answer. Going on to the next two. For the next one, we have a -4 and a b. These are attached to each other. Okay, so we have -4 being multiplied times b. The opposite of multiplication is division. So in this case, I am going to divide by a -4, okay, because there's a negative next to the 4, so I have to bring the whole thing. So if I divide by a -4 here and here, this is going to cancel. I'm going to have the b here. Yes, this time you are dividing by -4, so you're going to flip it, okay? It was opening towards the left the first time, so the pointy part to the right. Now we're going to flip it the other way. 20 divided by -4 is -5. Next one. We have a division. This is a fraction, which means division. The opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to multiply this side by 3. And we're going to multiply this side by 3. Okay. These cancel. Now you multiplied, but the 3 is not negative, so no need to flip it. Keep it the same. And then -12 times 3 is -36. So that's one step inequality. We just did one thing to solve for that variable. Now we're going to do 2 steps. Same idea as when we solved equations. We're going to do backwards order of operations. So backwards PEMDAS when you are solving. So we're going to go backwards. Start with addition and subtraction first, then multiplication and division, and so on. This first one, we have some addition or subtraction right here. We're going to get rid of that -1 by adding the 1 over to the other side. That cancels it out. So I have k over -8. Haven't changed the symbol, I only added. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Now, this is a fraction, which means division. The opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply by whatever number is at the bottom. In this case, that's a -8. And I'm going to do that to both sides. This cancels it out on the left. I am left with just k. I multiplied by a negative. Therefore, I need to switch the sign. And then 3 times -8 is -24. Which is my answer. Okay, next one. Drawing down my line, start with plus or minus. This is a plus 21, so I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. That leaves you with 6p greater than, I haven't multiplied or divided by a negative yet. 39 minus 21 is 18. Last step, we're going to divide by 6 because these are being multiplied, so the opposite is to divide. P is greater than or equal to 3. I did not multiply or divide by negative, therefore I don't need to change my sign. All right, so I want you to go ahead and try these problems at the bottom.